Many historical accounts of Southeast Asia begin here. These are the pointed stupas and brick pillars of Ayutthaya, the ruins of the Thai kingdom that dominated the region from the 14th to 18th centuries. Look back further and you reach the Khmer Empire. These were the stone builders of Angkor, responsible for the massive temple complexes that are often viewed as the earliest starting point for centralized architecture in the region. But at Wat Ngor Kosa in Lopburi, that timeline is disrupted. This site features a 16th century Thai prayer hall sitting directly beside an 11th century Khmer tower. If you look at the base supporting both structures, you find a layer of crumbling brickwork that predates the Thai and the Khmer. It is a foundation built half a millennium before the city was absorbed by its neighbors. This masonry suggests that a large portion of the regional record is missing. There is an earlier layer of history buried here, belonging to a culture known as the Mon Dvaravati. From the 6th to the 11th centuries, the Dvaravati didn't function as a single landlocked empire. Instead, they occupied a decentralized network of settlements clustered throughout the Chao Phraya River basin. This network has a unique urban signature. To manage the floodwaters, the Dvaravati dug massive man-made oval moats around their cities, a feature that allows archaeologists to identify their sites from the air. Unlike the rigid stone-building empires that followed, this was a water-based civilization. They used these moats and rivers as highways to trade goods and connect independent city-states. Because they operated in the soft silts of the river valley, they worked primarily in terracotta and stucco. This allowed for a high level of decorative detail that was difficult to achieve in the heavy quarried stone preferred by later cultures. This river-bound connectivity facilitated a shared religious identity. By synchronizing their art and rituals across the basin, the Dvaravati established a Buddhist framework that would spread across the entire subcontinent. Their presence is marked by the Dharma Chakra, or the Wheel of the Law. These massive, intricately carved stone wheels served as critical religious monuments and are found exclusively at Dvaravati archaeological sites. Their physical scale was often completely immense. At Sung Noen, they produced an 11-meter-long reclining Buddha carved from sandstone, the oldest of its kind found in modern Thailand. Their artisans also utilized a very specific posture. While many cultures depicted the Buddha in a lotus position, the Dvaravati frequently showed him seated in the European style, with his legs hanging down and feet resting on the floor. Their religious landscape was inclusive. The discovery of an 8th century statue of Vishnu at Phang Tuk indicates they integrated Indian Hindu gods into a society that practiced both Mahayana and Theravada Buddhism. When the Khmer Empire expanded into these territories in the 11th century, the transition was not one of total replacement. The Khmers absorbed the existing Mon population and their established religious sites. At Sitep, we see physical evidence of this overlap. Classic red brick Khmer towers were constructed directly adjacent to the foundations of older Mon stupas. The visual record at Sitep shows that the Dvaravati were not simply conquered and erased. Their architectural and religious geography became the structural base for the encroaching Khmer Empire. To see how this influence endured, we have to fast forward to the 18th century Burmese invasion of the Thai capital, Ayutthaya. As the city burned, the Burmese army halted their cannon fire at a single temple, Wat Phra Men. When their artillery malfunctioned and killed their own king, the invaders retreated, leaving the structure completely intact. Inside the temple was a massive green stone Buddha, seated in that distinctive Dvaravati European style. It was already over 1,000 years old when the cannons arrived. 15th century Thai kings had originally excavated the statue and transported it to Ayutthaya. They believed the ancient Mon figure carried a sacred weight and could grant their new kingdom spiritual legitimacy. This connection to the past remains active today. Modern locals still place floral offerings at Dvaravati Bai Sema, the carved boundary stones that have marked the edges of sacred sites for over a millennium. The world-famous ruins of Ayutthaya and the Khmer stone galleries represent the upper layers of history, but beneath them is a foundation, the enduring architecture and culture of the Mon Dvaravati.